Hello everyone, welcome to Rockstar Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to be doing another crowdfunding look about a video in a series that I do where we take a look at a current game on crowdfunding, go over the stretch goals, pledge levels, all those sorts of things, and give you as much information as we can so that way you can make the best informed decision as to whether or not to back that game. Today we're going to be doing the newest release from Brotherwise Games, that is Super Boss Monster. And here is the landing page on Kickstarter for Super Boss Monster, which I believe is the fourth main installment in the Boss Monster series, starting with the original game, then the next level for part 2, and then part 3 being Rise of the Mini Bosses. This, of course, being part 4. Again, very similar to certain Nintendo character who had 3 main releases on the original Nintendo, and then had his 4th main release on the Super Nintendo. So it's definitely the vibes we're getting here from this box art. I love this. Being a kid of the late 80s, early 90s, Super Nintendo was my jam back then. So this box art already is speaking to me. So let's go ahead and take a look at where they are right now. Super Boss Monster, after a decade of dungeon building fun, Boss Monster is leveling up. Brand new mechanics, all new art, but 100% backwards compatible, basically being able to bring stuff from the old games and bring it forward into the new game. So far, they have $331,941 pledged of their initial $50,000 goal, 3,670 backers with 16 days to go. I think it's like 16 days and some hours or whatever it is. We are doing this video a little bit late. This launched at 9 a.m. Eastern time this morning. I didn't have a chance before I went to work to get this video done, so we're doing it now, but it's good because we have quite a few stretch goals that were unlocked and whatnot over the course of this first day. So let's go ahead and scroll down here and see what this is about. So Super Boss Monster, the super powered dungeon building card game. Boss Monster goes next gen. We're going to have a new town board right here for Super Boss Monster. We're going to have a bigger, badder, big box, and with a new solo mode. So main things that they are touting with this campaign is, yes, we're going to have a town board now in Boss Monster. That town board is going to allow for a solo mode, and then they're also offering this bigger, badder box here that will allow us to basically take all of our Boss Monster stuff and throw it into one big giant box. I always love when companies give a solution for the sheer amount of stuff that they have. I do wish that there were some companies that are behind me right now that I wish would do that. But let's go ahead and move forward. So we have I'm going to skip kind of over them, but all these blue boxes in the on the Kickstarter page here are all basically like testimonials from different designers, creators, and whatnot, all talking about how much talking about the new features of the game and whatnot. So let's go ahead and go to the overview. Welcome to the next generation of Boss Monster. The core gameplay is still all about building rooms, luring in heroes, and destroying them. But the new town board and minion meeples give you more power to fine-tune your dungeon. First, draft room and spell cards. Draft cards at the beginning of every round from the town board, and there's a little video kind of showing how that works right there. Then we have command your minion. The new minion meeples allow your boss to command where they go in town. There are different, looks like buildings, whatnot, that kind of represent the main classes or whatever you want to call them in the game. And then it says lure heroes out of town. Lure heroes to your dungeon and defeat them to collect their souls. That is pretty cool because now we're going to have like a dedicated board for playing the game necessarily. We're going to have a few other things added on here that we'll take a look at very briefly as well. But it is going to be nice to kind of get away from that old neoprene mat if you are using any kind of board mat, anything like that. And have something kind of dedicated to the game itself. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pledge levels here. Now, nothing too crazy in my opinion as far as the pledge levels go unless you don't have anything of boss monster. Like if you're getting into the Brotherwise universe, as it were, through either Overboss or Dungeon Cart, this is going to, like I said, a lot of the pledge levels basically assume that you already have the original games. There is going to be one pledge level that is a little high that basically is a way of getting all of these stuff right now. So the first pledge level is going to be Minion. It is $30. You're going to get 8 bosses, a heart tokens, spell deck, room deck, hero deck, the town map, which I'm assuming is folding in that box, 4 minion meeples, and the Kickstarter promo pack right there. So all that is going to be $30. So if you're just wanting the actual game itself, that is not a bad price. I believe the main games of regular boss monster are about $25 each, and I say that because I'm holding one of them in my hand over here. But they're about $25. So this new game being about $30 kind of coincides with the price point of the other main series boxes here. I don't have it on a tab here, but I do have the Brotherwise store open on here as well. And again, yeah, it's $25 per box for the other 3 main games. So there is that. The next pledge level is going to be the boss level, $45. It's the deluxe edition of the game. Everything included in the Minion pledge, plus a neoprene town map, which, you know how I love my neoprene mats. And then 32 wooden heart tokens. I'm assuming the heart tokens that are in the regular game are going to be cardboard, punched out, whatnot. So getting actual wooden tokens for the hearts is going to be pretty cool. Wooden tokens, I do like a lot. I'm trying to think of a couple games that I do have that have wooden tokens that are very nice. So next pledge level after that is going to be Super Boss, $75. Going to be the big box and deluxe edition. So with this one, we're getting everything included with the boss pledge plus the collector's big box exclusive card set, including 5 and 6 player cards, 5 and 6 player expansion board, which we'll see on another screen here, and then 2 extra minion meeples. Again, those 2 extra minion meeples being for the 5 to 6 player rules. This being only $30 extra. When it says the collector's big box, I'm almost positive, even though I know it doesn't really say anywhere, I don't think. We're going to see here in a minute, but the collector's big box is just the box. We'll see some graphics on here of what the box itself looks like and the packing and everything, but for the most part, the collector's big box, except for maybe the exclusive card set for the 5 to 6 player mode to make the 5 to 6 player more mode work a little better. You're not going to have the cards from Boss Monster 1, 2, and 3 or the expansions in that $30 price hike. So let's go ahead to the final, I believe. Yep, final boss. Oh, no, that's not the final one. So final boss right here is $90. Everything included in the Super Boss pledge, Super Boss being right here, with 4 neoprene player mats. So if you have looked online or ordered from Brotherwise before, you know that there is a neoprene mat for the game currently, and I believe it only is for 2 players. Basically, one side is for player 1, the other side is for player 2. Basically, everything's on that mat for 2 players to play. If you're playing with 3 or 4 players, it doesn't make much sense. You can get another mat, but again, it's you sharing the mat with whoever's across from you. I've thought about doing some gameplays on the channel using that mat, but then the way we're sitting here doesn't make much sense for the camera. So, but these mats right here, again, 4 different designs, so that way each player has their own unique experience on there. These look awesome. This is probably where I would end up right here. Spoilers, as far as a pledge level goes for the game. And then down here, we're going to have Ultimate Starter, $175, the entire Boss Monster collection, everything in this Kickstarter, plus the 10th anniversary edition of the game, the next level main standalone game, Rise of the Mini Bosses game, Tools of Hero Kind expansion, Vault of Villains expansion, Implements of Destruction, and Crash Landing expansion. Again, 10th anniversary edition of the game. That is this version of the game, not this version of the game. This is my original copy, which is the 2014 version of the game. I think it's the second edition of the game, whereas this is what is basically being sold right now, which is the 10th anniversary version. You can find it in your local game shop or online. You can also find it there. It is sold out through the Brotherwise website. So if you can't find it anywhere else, this Ultimate Starter is going to be probably the best deal. Doing the math on this also, after setting all that, 175 minus the 90 for the final boss pledge level is a difference of about $85. The 10th anniversary edition, next level, and Rise of the Mini Bosses combined retail is about $75. And for the other 10, you're getting 4 other mini expansions that by themselves are anywhere from 10 to 13 dollars. So you are getting a pretty good deal from that. You're essentially getting some of the expansions for free, which is always good with that. But yeah, if you're getting everything retail, you have nothing for the game, the Ultimate Starter pledge level is going to be the best bang for your buck, because you're going to get all of Super Boss Monster plus all of basically you'll have every retail card for the game, with the exception of whatever the cards are that are in the old collector's box, which is the lunchbox looking one that has a bunch of games or a bunch of cards that look like they were from a Game Boy, like an old 80s Game Boy. So there is that. So next up on our little journey here, we have our stretch goals. All the stretch goals so far they've announced they have hit, and they are basically announcing new stretch goals as they're unlocking them. So it's not like we have like a whole massive list of stretch goals and that we're just checking them off. They're basically have been showing one after the other. Once one it's unlocked, they've been showing another one. So first stretch goal that's on here, and we'll kind of look at a little bit more detail because we will take a look at update number 1 that is on here as well. But we've got the first social stretch goals, 250 likes on BGG. I was number 236. Just want to point that out. So for that stretch goal, they did add 2 new bosses to the Kickstarter pack that come with every pledge. So we've got Paper Croak, which I love the reference to that, and then they have Unnamed Swan Boss. Not sure who the Unnamed Swan Boss is, and if that's just a placeholder or if that's what they're actually calling it. So anyway, that is what is on there. The next goal they hit when they hit the actual pledge level of $50,000 was Agent of Chaos. Every copy of Super Boss Monster will come with a deadly new thief boss and a terrifying advanced trap room, the Gauntlet. So that is Chaos Pomelo and the Gauntlet right there. When they hit 100,000, they hit King for a Day. So they updated the first player marker from chipboard to wood in every copy of Super Boss Monster. We'll get to it in the update when we take a look at that. But these little symbols, if you follow, mouse is not on the board, is it? There it is. If you follow these symbols right here, basically are a quick indication of which pledge level they go with, and they kind of tell you a little bit too, but that's just why, if anybody's wondering why these symbols are there, that's why. So that was King for a Day. 150,000 mini but mighty. This stretch goal, upgrade the big box. 2 new cards make it even easier to combine Super Boss Monster with Rise of the Mini Bosses. So basically throwing some cards in there to make Super Boss Monster a little bit more compatible with the third main game. Let's see, then we got a 200,000 wooden loot. So we'll upgrade every Boss Monster pledge and above with 5 wooden treasure tokens of the different classes right there in the from the main game, and then this one right here, I believe, from Crash Landing. And then 250 Lost and Found, the Lost One, and the Curse Statue. Both help you find spell cards. We'll add this boss in Advanced Room to every game. So we got some new cards on there that are going to help us with spell cards. Then we got Meeple Homes for all pledge levels, a place to put your Meeple between turns, and a handy way to remember which minion is yours. So like a little like spell circle kind of thing to put your minion on. So that's pretty cool, giving you like a little place to put your stuff. And then the current stretch goal at 350,000 is going to be by the Seahorse, a spell card, an epic hybrid hero card inspired by castles by the sea will be added to the Kickstarter pack. So that is pretty cool that we're getting some new stuff. So basically every day, these kind of Kickstarters I usually don't do like a daily update on, because there's not like a new expansion that's going to be coming out like every couple days during the 16 thing. At least I don't think it is. If I do see it, I'll post another video about it. But yeah, they're at least going to be doing little stretch goals throughout the day, adding more cards to the different pledge levels and everything, and just trying to give us the best bang for our buck with that one. And currently we're at over $333,000. So we are on the way to this. This will probably be unlocked by the time most of you are probably watching this on Wednesday. So there is that. Going through the rest of the Kickstarter page, we do have the how to play from the Good Time Society right there. The solo mode done by Brotherwise itself, showing off the new solo mode with the new board and everything like that. So you can give those a gander when you get a chance. Big box, protect your entire boss monster collection, enough room to hold over 1,000 sleeved cards. Size to fit all your tokens and playmats, includes extension board for 5 to 6 player mode. This extension board right here is what they were talking about. Basically, it goes off to the right hand side of the board. What I didn't see way up here when we talked about the pledge levels, where are we at? They don't indicate it right here, I don't think, but I don't think that board is including the 5 to 6 player mode. Maybe. Let's go back up here. Yeah, just the artwork doesn't match the 5 to 6 player board. So the neoprene mat is going to be basically a neoprene mat of the main board. I don't know if they're going to add a neoprene option to put on the side, or if they're going to make the neoprene mat extend farther, make it a little bit bigger. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I have seen some games that have added the expansion or the extra content to the neoprene mat, so you just have the one mat. I've seen other games add extension mats to the existing mat, so to kind of go with like an existing extension board. So I don't know if they're going to add anything to that. Either way, doesn't really matter. Like the board to me is enough. The neoprene mats are just icing on the cake for me on that. But this is basically what the inner trays and everything look like. Somewhere I think on Instagram I did see that they had like I think they showed it kind of all falling into place. I might be thinking of a different game, but regardless, go to their Instagram page. It's they got a lot of stuff on there for the game. But so it's going to give an extension board plus 13 new cards for that. So that is pretty cool. Then we got the shipping stuff right here. Shipping level going from US, UK, China. We got Canadian, EU, Australia, New Zealand, and rest of the world right there. So we're getting Ultimate Starter in not these places here. It's going to be anywhere from $50 to $85. US, Canada is going to be between $25, $28 for Ultimate Starter. I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be between 10 and 17 or 13 and $20 right there. So that is all that. That's all the links right there to all the places you can find them on Board Game Geek, Twitter /X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Discord. They are talking about add-ons. They do go into that in the first update. They are planning on doing add-ons when it goes to backer kit, not so much on Kickstarter. So they're going to offer sleeves, wooden tokens, play mats, boss monster expansions, hard to find boss monster promo packs, and a new exclusive reprints pack of rare cards. That is what I'm more or less looking for. I have not anywhere within arm reach, but I do have all the retail releases for the game, including some of the boosters, booster packs and whatnot. So it'd be nice to get some of those. I lost my train of thought. It'd be nice to get some like the promos and stuff like that that I have missed out on over the years. So there's the obligatory why back now. You get early access to the game because they're going to try to ship it out to backers before they get to retailers. Kickstarter content is not necessarily going to be sold later on. It's going to be very rare to get it. Might have it at like conventions and stuff like that. And then pledge dollars basically make it to where they can put more into the actual game itself and make a better product overall. Then you're going to have your retailer pledge level information here, your risk and challenges, and that is everything for the actual Kickstarter page. We will go ahead here as soon as I get back up here to the top, and it's already gone up another $1,000 right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at update number 1. It says, greetings, boss monsters. What a whirlwind of a day we've already had, and we're only 7 hours into the campaign. So that means this was written at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm filming this. It's close to midnight. So what a whirlwind of a day. We hit our funding goal within 17 minutes of going live, and today we've already unlocked 6 stretch goals. This is a very exciting first day for us, and we can't wait to see where we can take this during the next 2 weeks. We want to use our campaign updates to give you a sense of what you can expect from Super Boss Monster. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. We'll respond to them directly or cover popular topics in future updates. Boss Monster started with 2 brothers, Chris and Johnny O'Neill. They don't agree on everything, but we'll always have fun together. Here's what they had to say about what makes Super Boss Monster so great. I'll let you guys watch that on your own if you are so inclined. So we are excited to expand our game that started all with Super Boss Monster. Successful Kickstarter allows us to pack a lot more value into the final game and reward backers with some promo cards with the stretch goals we've unlocked today. We're already on track to make some cool improvements. Let's take a look. So these are the stretch goals we've already taken a look at. We don't need to go back through there and read them. I think we have actually some extra ones on there. Here is a little bit about the different symbols like I talked about before. And then main thing here we want to address is the your questions part. First question, can we get neoprene mats for 5 to 6 player games? So far, this is the number 1 question because 2 to 4 player mode has always been the most popular way to play Boss Monster, because beforehand I don't think they had a way of going by rules past 4. And since we wanted to keep the final boss pledge at 90, that pledge level comes with 4 playmats, but we will keep hearing what people want. And so we're taking a serious look at making 5 to 6 player mats available as an add-on. So if you do want to have 2 extra playmats to have more people in your Boss Monster games, you will be paying a little bit more for the 5 to 6 player mats. You're already going to have the other components for 5 to 6 player, depending on the level you got, if you did get the level with the 4 player mats. So there is that. Make your decisions as you will about your spending if that is important to you. Can we get past Boss Monster promo cards? This is the next most frequent request, past promo cards. We can definitely promise Pledge Manager access to boosters like Hidden Secrets Pack and Paper and Pixels Pack. I have both of those already myself, but we've also heard requests for out-of-print cards that have only been offered via Kickstarter. We don't do Boss Monster campaigns often. The last one was the Next Level in 2015, which was the second main release game. So this Kickstarter does feel like a great time to dig up some rarities. Stay tuned. So at some point they'll offer that. Stay tuned every day or so for the Kickstarter, like on the actual Kickstarter page, because that is where they will announce it on there, what add-ons will be available. Will any of the pledge level components be offered as individual items? We wanted to avoid overwhelming folks with add-on details this early in the campaign, and we found that Kickstarter quote add-ons don't integrate well with backer kit. But don't worry, we'll have a whole range of add-ons available in our Pledge Manager. At the end of the campaign, you'll be able to choose from a range of existing Boss Monster items like the 5th Anniversary edition of the game, Next Level, Rise of the Mini-Bosses, Vault of Villains, let's see, Crash Landing. This is the Hidden Secrets Pack. Let's see, that's card sleeves, and then Paper and Pixels is what is there, but we'll also be adding new Super Boss Monster accessories like the wooden tokens, the town playmat, and other components. We can't promise that every item will be totally modular. We have to bundle some things to keep costs down and fulfillment manageable, but you'll have a lot of options. And then there is the thank you. At this point, they had hit 215K. So yeah, which was the total result of the original campaign. So within a day, they basically passed the original campaign for the game. That is awesome. So that is everything currently. Let's get back up here for Super Boss Monster. I am excited for this game. Um, like I said, I already own all of the retail releases for the game, including Hidden Secrets and Paper and Pixels. So the highest pledge level is not where I need to be at myself. But let me know down below what you guys think. Again, we've gone through everything in the game, what all it has to offer. You're going to be getting, even with the higher pledge levels, hundreds of cards. You're going to be getting a box that's going to be able to store thousands of cards. I don't believe, with the amount of cards that are in the game, not in that box, Eric. What are we looking at here? Yeah, I mean, even the original game had 155, so 3 games of 200 cards plus extra cards on there. So you're already about like 700-800 cards in the game so far. So we'll see what. I didn't see card count on there. It might be in the comments, whatever. But regardless, you're going to be getting a lot of stuff at that higher pledge level. Even the amount of stuff that you're getting for the lower pledge levels, even at the $90 mark. Like I said, when you get to $90 here, you're getting, again, the main game, the big box to hold all your stuff in. You're already getting the neoprene mats, and all that stuff. So you're getting a lot of value, even at the 90, I believe, at the 90 dollar level. But again, if all you're looking for is the main game, I mean, and not, because again, admittedly, boss, super boss, and final boss, most of the stuff that's in there is extra stuff that you don't necessarily need. You don't necessarily need the wooden heart tokens. You don't necessarily need the neoprene version of the mat and everything, of the neoprene version of the town board. Most of that stuff you can get purely with the minion pledge. Super boss is probably going to be what you would get if you did want an all-in-one storage solution for your game right there. So it's whether or not, basically everyone's kind of, in my mind, it's going to be minion and super boss is what a lot of the focus is going to be on, I would assume, if you've been playing the game for a while. But regardless, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you also excited for the game? Talk to me about like value and everything like that. I welcome all of that discussion. Like I said, for me, even like the $30 price point for the main game with its board is a pretty good value. All the other pledge levels after that, before you get to the for lack of a better term, the all-in pledge, all the stuff they're adding in there looks to be of good quality. I enjoy having the neoprene mats myself because I'm not as worried about water spillage on a neoprene mat as I am on a cardboard mat. So there's all that. So anyway, like I said multiple times, let me know what you guys think down below. Hit that notification bell to know when we're going to be putting out more crowdfunding lookabout videos and other videos of that nature. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and all that stuff and everything else. And yeah, that's it for me. So I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into this crowdfunding lookabout. I have been Eric. This has been Rockstar Gaming. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.